Hello guys, I'm Sakshi Kulkarni. So today we are going to learn about Smith chart. So this topic is under transmission lines in electromagnetic engineering, and also you have it in your microwave engineering in your final year. So we'll just learn the basics about it. So let's start. Now what is Smith chart? Before that we'll see what is a transmission line exactly. A transmission line is nothing but a connector which transmits energy from one point to another point. In this case, it is from the source to the load. Now, Smith chart is nothing but a graphical indication of impedance of a transmission line as one moves along the line. In simple words, if you want to find impedance at any point of the transmission line, then you will be using Smith chart. Okay, so furthermore, we'll study about the characteristics and also we'll solve a problem so that you'll understand it more easily. So let's begin with the characteristics of Smith chart. The first point is at point PSC, that is the short circuit point. It lies on the left side of the Smith chart where the ZL value, that is the load impedance, is equals to 0 plus J0 and the reflection coefficient tau is equals to -1. The next point is POC, which lies on the right side of the Smith chart, which is representing the open circuit point where the ZL is infinity plus J infinity and tau is equals to 1. Now Vmax, that is the maximum voltage, lies on the positive axis of Smith chart and Vmin lies on the positive side of the axis on the Smith chart. Okay. So a complete revolution around the Smith chart, that is 360 degrees, is represented as lambda by 2, where lambda is the wavelength of the transmission line. Now you must have seen the basic structure of transmission line circuit. So it consists of generator circuit, then transmission line and the load circuit, which consists of the load impedances, etc. So when we are moving towards the generator, that is from load to the generator, we move in the clockwise direction on the Smith chart. The distances are taken to be in the clockwise direction. And when we are moving towards the load, that is from generator to the load, then we are moving in anti-clockwise direction. So the distances are to be taken in anti-clockwise direction. Now we'll plot some basic points on the Smith chart, but before that you must know that the upper semicircle of the Smith chart represents the inductive reactance, which is in the form of R plus JXL, and the lower semicircle represents the capacitive reactance, which is of the form R minus JXC. Now first example, ZL equals to 0.6 plus J2. So here you can see real part and imaginary part. So 0.6 represents the resistance value and XL, that is J2. Okay, so 0.6 will plot on the real axis, that is here, and J2 will be on the circumference of the Smith chart. So here you can see the value J2, so 2 will be there, and the intersection of both will give us the point. Okay, so 0.6 and 2. The next one is J.7, as only the imaginary part exists, so 0.7 will lie on the circumference and it is positive, so it will lie on this upper semicircle. So here it is. The next one is 0.5 minus J.3. It is of the form R minus JXC, so it will lie in the lower semicircle, and 0.5 on the real axis and 0.3 on the imaginary ones. So here is the point. Okay, next one is minus J3. This is negative, so lower semicircle and imaginary. So here it is. Next one is ZL equals to 2. So 2 is just the real part, so it will lie on the axis of the Smith chart. So here it is. So these are just the basic plotting of Smith chart. We'll see an example and you will get a clear idea to how to solve your Smith chart problems in your final exams. So let's begin. So guys, let's start with the problem. A 30-meter long lossless transmission line with Z0 equals to 50 ohms operating at 2 megahertz is terminated with a load ZL equals to 60 plus J40 ohms. If u equals to 0.6 on the line, find the reflection coefficient, standing wave ratio, input impedances. So don't worry guys, we'll just break through and understand each and every point in this. So this basic definitions you must be knowing about reflection coefficient. So reflection coefficient is nothing but the ratio of voltage reflection wave to the incident wave at the load. Your SWR, that is standing wave ratio, is the ratio of peak amplitude of the wave to the minimum amplitude of the wave. Now you must have seen the basic diagram of transmission line. So Zn is nothing but your input impedances. So let's start. The given parameters are characteristic impedance, load impedance, operating frequency, and a relation that is U equals to 0.6C. The first step is to calculate and plot the normalized impedance. So your normalized impedance is nothing but your load impedance upon characteristic impedance. So we need to divide this by 50 ohms. Now why we are doing this, as ZL, that is 60 plus J40, we cannot directly plot on Smith chart. We need to first normalize it by dividing it with the characteristic impedance. So ZL is nothing but 1.2 plus J0.8. As we had learned that it is of the form R plus JXL, so it will lie on the upper semicircle of the Smith chart. So let's plot it. So here it is 1.2 and 0.8. So the intersection of that will give us the normalized impedance. So point P is the normalized impedance. This next step is to find the reflection coefficient. Now extend this point till the circumference, and the Q point is the you need to find the distance of OP and OQ. So the magnitude of reflection coefficient is nothing but OP upon OQ. So till the load impedance and then till the circumference. So we need to measure this distances, and you'll get the magnitude of reflection coefficient. So this is nothing but 0.3516. Now also to get the angle, extend this and find the angle made with the axis of the Smith chart. So it is around 56 degrees. The next step is to find the SWR, that is standing wave ratio. Take OP as the radius and draw a circle. So here you'll get it, and also you can find it by using the chart itself. Here you can see below that SWR, return loss, and reflection coefficient has been given. So just extend this line, and the point where it is intersecting with the SWR line, that is your SWR itself. So here it is almost 2.1. So SWR is 2.1. The next step is to find the Zn, that is the input impedance. Now we have been given that U equals to 0.6C. So lambda, that is the wavelength, is nothing but U upon F. So we'll calculate from this by substituting, and lambda is nothing but 90 meters. Now we'll find the relation between lambda and the length. So take L is nothing but your lambda by 3, just cross multiply it and you will get the values in terms of lambda. So L is nothing but lambda by 3, that is 0.33 lambda. Now it is given that it is terminated with the load in the question. Just refer the problem again. So it is given that it is terminated with the load. So it means that it is away from the load, or you can say towards the generator. So towards the generator we need to take in clockwise direction. So therefore Zn lies at 0.33 distance from the load impedance. So 0.33 distance from 0.172 is nothing but 0.502 lambda. So we'll just add this, and here you can see the line at the intersection point with the SWR will give you the Zn value. So Zn is nothing but 0.47 plus J 0.035. We need to denormalize it. So multiply it with 50 and you'll get it. So there we are divided by 50. Now you have to multiply it by 50 to denormalize it again. Now this all you can find it using analytical method also to verify and check whether your answers are correct or not. So reflection coefficient is given by ZL minus Z0 upon ZL plus Z0. So just substitute the values and convert from rectangular to polar, and you'll get the answer, which is almost equal to the Smith chart values. Similarly, SWR is nothing but 1 plus mod reflection coefficient upon 1 minus mod of reflection coefficient. So this is also almost equals to 2.1, which is matching, and it is great. I hope you have understood the problem. Thank you. I hope you guys have understood the concept. If you have any doubts, please do mention it in the comment box. We'll be happy to help you out. Also, we have attached some MCQs related to Smith chart, so you can refer it for your exams as the pattern has changed this year. Also, please do share it with your college friends and do subscribe to our channel. Happy learning. Bye.